Hallo meine Lieben, willkommen zu einer neuen Folge TREK Online.
Good. You found a breathing apparatus. That should take care of that nasty cough.
Was ist ein Team? Ist Maus am besten angelangt. Commander Jean?
I was thinking we should split up and cover as much of the facility as we can, unless you have a better idea.
Doktor, was halten Sie von der Situation?
This is obviously an Alachi facility. What I know about them comes from the Romulan Republic's databases, but I should be able to learn more as we examine this location. The air here is suitable for the Alachi, which means that you may find breathing difficult. I, of course, do not have that problem. If you have an environmental suit, or even some sort of rebreather, you will be fine. If you don't, keep an eye out for something that could help filter out the toxins.
Hält mir die Kleinigkeit auf. Ich hoffe, ihr habt den Ton nicht doppelt. Das versuche ich gerade mal zu ändern. So. Lass mich mal kurz checken, ob alles noch funktioniert. Hier, ja. Da auch. Okay. Weiter geht's. Achtung. Dieser Geschützturm.
These are Solinate tables. I've read the these reports about them.
Okay. Hier sehen wir mal einscannen.
These are definitely Solinate tables, which, if I'm correct, and I always am, is the same race you dealt with after using the Iconian Gateway on New Romulus. The Solinate kidnap victims through subspace for their brutal experiments. If they are somehow connected to the Alachi and the Vaadwaur, this is beginning to make more sense. If I had to guess, there must be a stasis room nearby. We should find it and rescue anyone in there who can still be saved.
Verstanden. Wie komme ich da drüben rein? Hier ist was zu scannen. So. Blub. Ich vermute aber, wir müssen dort lang zuerst. Kommen wir hier direkt durch? Verschlossen. Gehen wir halt außen rum. Achtung! Ein Rekorder zeigt Lebensformen hinter dieser Tür. Feuer! Dup, 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 dup. Noch Messer oder nicht?
It looks as if they are converting their captives into more Alachi. If my readings are correct, there are several individuals here who have only just begun the conversion process. We can save them if we beam them back to your ship.
Verstanden. Machen wir das so.
It's been 32 years since Voyager finished its journey.
We thought we had left the Delta Quadrant behind us.
We were wrong.
The gateways to the quadrant are open.
And the choices we made have long-lasting effects. Now, we will help the friends we left behind.
And fight the rising darkness.
Voyager's first trip through the Delta Quadrant was a solitary one.
We must return to set things right.
This time, we must unite to survive.
Bitte zurückziehen, hierher. Hallo. Was alle? Okay. Befreien wir mal die Leute hier.
We're transporting you to a Romulan ship in orbit. You're going to be fine.
Auch Talaxianer sind betroffen.
Transport the Stalaxian directly to sickbay.
So, waren wir noch mehr? Oh, warte. Ein Klingone.
This is no way for a proud Klingon warrior to go out. We'll patch him up immediately.
Ein Tusk.
Ah, a Hazari. Stay
Oh,
calm.
Hazari.
We'll get you the medical attention
Mein
you
Fehler.
need.
So. Da noch mehr? Da.
You'll be back on duty before you know it. One to beam up.
Sehr schön. Na, den sollten wir vielleicht drin lassen. Natürlich.
Everything will be fine, Mr. Teil. We'll beam you directly to sickbay.
Bisschen E-Material ausgeben, ja. Zack. So. Haben wir noch wen? Außer diesem... Nein, okay. Na gut. Wir sind ja die Sternenflotte. Und vielleicht sind die Käse dann gewillt, uns zu helfen, wenn wir sie einen von ihnen retten hier so, ne? Also...
A Kazon? Even the Borg won't assimilate the Kazon. Well, the Solanae are definitely involved. I believe I have everything I need from this area. We need to keep moving if we hope to meet up with Commander Jirok. The door is unlocked now. We should keep going.
Ja, dann gehen wir mal. War das die falsche Richtung? Gut, dann gehen wir da lang. Feuer! Hier geht's nicht lang. Versuchen wir es mit der anderen Tür. Auch nicht. Vielleicht doch da zurück. Jetzt da hoch oder so. Hier sitzen wir da fest. Jetzt wieder nicht weiter. Habe ich hier was übersehen? Achso. Upsi. Vielleicht mal die Aufgabenstellung lesen. Zum Fenster bewegen.
Odd. You sound like you're in a Solanae lab, but we're in some place that looks like a prison. In fact, I'd say that's exactly what it is. And they've just had a breakout. Whoever it was, they used our arrival as the distraction they needed to make their move. I'll keep looking for more information, but I hope the escapees are friendly.
Seien Sie vorsichtig, Commander.
A prison break? Maybe I should go back to the ship.
So, jetzt dürfen wir da lang. Okay. Achtung.
Neural parasites. This must be where the Vaadwaur were implanted with those mind-controlling bugs.
Da, so lange. Okay, haut ab. Laden wir Daten runter.
Neural parasites. Just as I suspected. Did you know that several Starfleet officers were infected by these in the mid-2360s? The Enterprise logs from that era are fascinating reading if you ever have a few dozen hours to spare.
Ich werde mir diese einander mal ansehen, Doktor. Möchten Sie fortfahren?
If Gaul and the infected Vaadwaur were communicating with this station, it stands to reason that this may be the facility where the bluegill implantation takes place. We should definitely investigate further. If we can find the implantation room, then I should be able to analyze their equipment and gather more information. I don't believe it. The empirical evidence is right in front of me, but I'm actually having difficulty processing this information.
Was ist das?
This tech, this whole facility, it's Iconian. There are variations on the norm, of course, because of the Solanae and Alachi influence, but I see distinct signs of their presence throughout the facility.
Iconianer? Hier ebenfalls?
The Iconians, as we know them, rarely reveal themselves. The only known interaction with an Iconian in modern history took place on Kronos, when... Wait, you were there! I don't need to explain that situation again. As I was saying, the Iconians don't like to act directly. They use servitor races, like the Alachi and the Solanae, to cause chaos in their name. And the neural parasites, they've bioengineered. Rather like the founders created the Jem'Hadar, but sophisticated enough to control another species, and with much less free will. The parasites are a weapon.
Was ist mit den Vaadwaur? Sie waren bereits aktiv, bevor die Iconianer hier auftauchten. Ach, ich bin Indianer gesagt, ey.
When Voyager revived the Vaadwaur, their technology was outdated compared to what other powers in the Delta Quadrant had at that time. Even the Kazon outdid them. But now, Vaadwaur technology is cutting edge. The only way they could have advanced so far, so fast, was by allying themselves with someone else. With the Iconians. The parasites gave the Vaadwaur power, but they gave the Iconians control. They were ultimately the ones pulling the strings. This entire war has been against an enemy we didn't even see.
Das sind die Informationen, die wir brauchen. Treffen wir uns mit Commander Jarok und verschwinden wir von dieser Station. Nachdem wir die Neuralparasiten zerstört haben. Irgendwie. Aber die. Wie zerstöre ich die? Haben wir einen Bug? Oder sehe ich was nicht? Ah, hier. Was zum Geier ist denn das? Fliegen die das auch schon? Oh. Die gleichen Signaturen? Die lass ich den blauen Halo-Effekt angreifen.
This is more like a factory than a laboratory.
Hier ist wieder was zum Scannern. Nehmen wir natürlich mit. Okay. Soll hier noch was sein? Ja, da.
These parasites aren't a natural species at all. They look engineered.
Ja, das ist ja doch vorhin schon mal aufgefallen. Oder nicht?
Some of this technology is ancient, but it's quite advanced.
Ja, was du nicht sagst. So. Okay. Auf in den nächsten Raum. Okay, der mit dem blauen Halo angreifen. Ja, jetzt ist der mit dem blauen Halo. Position halten. Ich sagte Position halten, Mensch, Leute. Zueinander.
I think we're catching up with the escapees, and they might be from the Alpha Quadrant. We found a dead Romulan in prisoner garb. He was part of the breakout, but I don't know if he was part of the Republic or loyal to the Tal Shiar. Keep an eye out. The prisoners are headed in your direction.
Verstanden. Wir werden für sie bereit sein.
Maybe we should avoid any potential contact with the prisoner? I think I've seen enough combat for
Sie könnten entscheidend sein. Wie den Sieg. Oder so. Vielleicht sind es Alliierte. Ja. Und dann.
How fortuitous. I thought I'd have to find a way off this station alone.
Ja.
More Alachi. I don't think the Iconians want me to leave. Their tenacity is almost admirable.
Looks like you could use a hand.
Ja. Kann ja sicher nicht brauchen. Wir rufen das Händchen her.
And now we have their leader's attention.
Oh. Ah. So, was ist das? So, was ist noch was? Das ist mein Sammelbündel. Okay. Manager?
Seela! I should kill you where you stand. It would be justice for all the lives you've destroyed.
Beruhigen Sie sich, Gerald.
And if you do, you'll never learn about the Iconians. I've been here for months. I've seen enough to know you need my help.
Seela könnte wertvolle Informationen besitzen, Commander Gerald.
Fine, you interrogate her. I might get a little carried away. But she returns with me to the Lisette when you're finished here. Seela is a prisoner of the Romulan Republic. Your government can go through official channels if they want to talk to her.
Einverstanden. Sie können sie in Gewahrsam nehmen, sobald die wir fertig sind.
You and this Seela person seem to have some history. I'll leave you to speak to her.
In der Tat. Wir haben eine gewisse Vergangenheit.
Not so fast. You have the weapons, but I have the information. If you want to learn what I know, you'll need to keep those Romulan rebels under control. You've stumbled into something much greater than you're prepared to handle. I'm the best ally you have.
Sprechen Sie. Dann werde ich entscheiden, was mit Ihnen geschieht.
I assume you already know where you are. Both the Alachi and the Solanae serve the Iconians. The Alachi are their warriors, and the Solanae are their scientists. They're the ones who created those creatures implanted into the Vaudoir.
Generalparasiten. Wieso haben die Ikonianer sie hier zum Einsatz gebracht? Und nicht bei den Teil?
Hakiv joined the Iconians out of faith. He thought the Iconians would create an empire he could rule. That did not go as planned. This time the Iconians wanted to control their puppets. When the Vaudois asked for strength to defeat their enemies, the Iconians gave them the parasites. The Vaudois had strength, but also strings. Strings that have now been cut. I'm sure you had something to do with that.
Ja, in der Allianz mit der Romanischen Republik und dem Klingonischen Reich.
All three of you working together? The world has changed in my absence. Or were the Vaudois that much of a threat to the Alpha Quadrant?
Tatsächlich befinden wir uns derzeit im Delta-Quadrant.
That explains some things. I'd love an escort back to the world at large, but I have a feeling you have some questions first.
Ich habe keine Fragen, jedoch erwarte ich, dass Sie einige Fragen vor Ihrem Prozess beantworten werden müssen. Habe ich noch Fragen?
I'll answer what I can. You can believe what you want.
Ja, wie ist Ihre Beziehung zu den Ikonianern? Waren Sie deren Gefangener oder Verbündeter?
How important is that, really? I worked with the Iconians because, at the time, I thought it was the best thing for my people. After we lost the homeworld, we were scattered, starving. A shadow of what we once were. What were we supposed to do? Beg the Federation or the Klingons for scraps? Pathetic. The so-called Romulan Republic has made their way, but they did it at the cost of Romulan dignity.
Ist Würde denn mehr wert als Überleben?
We are not refugees. We are Romulan. We needed a strong leader to bind us together again, and I knew I could be that leader. The Iconians were a means to an end. They gave us strength at a time when we were at our weakest. Had I known what Hakiv, what he and the Iconians did to our world, perhaps I would not have made the same decision.
Die Republik floriert. Sie waren im Gefängnis. Wer hat denn nun die bessere Wahl getroffen?
Dwelling on the past is meaningless. I am here, and so are you. Today, our goals are aligned. We both want to stop the Iconian advance. You need me.
Okay, was können Sie mir vielleicht noch
I'll
was
answer
sagen?
what I can. You can believe what you want.
Haben die Ikonianer eine Schwäche? Gibt es etwas, das wir ausnutzen können, um sie zu besiegen?
Hubris. The Iconians think they are the rulers of the galaxy. They thought so 200,000 years ago, when they were driven off their homeworld by the fire of 1,000 races allied against them. They think so now, when they look at us and see us as children stumbling in the dark. They do not see our strength, our willingness to fight. Use their hubris against them, and the Iconians will fall.
Verstanden. Es gibt noch etwas anderes, worüber ich mit Ihnen sprechen möchte.
I'll answer what I can. You can believe what you want.
Was haben die Ikonianer geplant?
I honestly don't know. Why would they share their plans with a prisoner? That may make me less valuable in your eyes, but don't be fooled. I know more about the Iconians' operations than they realize.
In dem Fall bin ich nicht davon überzeugt, dass wir etwas Nützliches beitragen könnten.
Did you know that the Iconians don't have a concept of spaces being separated? Of course, it's obvious when you watch how they use gateways. To the Iconians, every place in the galaxy, maybe even the universe, is just a step away. Think about that for a moment. Then think about why you never see them. Where are they hiding? I know, because I've been there.
Und wie soll uns das weiterhelfen?
You aren't going to defeat the Iconians by flying around in space looking for them. They learned their lessons about staying in one place a long time ago. This hunt isn't about following a long road. It's about taking one step in exactly the right place.
Ich denke, wir sind hier fertig. Zeit, zu unserem Schiff zurückzukehren.
Will I be taken into your custody? Or will I be left to Chiaro's tender mercies?
Wir haben im Geiste der Kooperation zugestimmt, dass Commander Jirok sie in Gewahrsam nehmen wird. Sie hat strikten Befehl, sie direkt zum Hauptquartier der Allianz zu bringen. Sie werden nicht verletzt werden.
Very well. It's not like I have a choice in the matter, do I?
Nein, haben sie nicht. Set, einer zum Beam bereit. Energie. Gut. 15 Beam bereit. Energie.
We have Empress Sela in our brig. When she was taken by the Iconians last year, many of my people thought she would get away with her heinous crimes against the galaxy. With her in my brig, I am happy to know that is no longer a possibility. Of course, I understand that the Romulan Republic's claim on her is not unique. Her crimes are against all of the Alpha Quadrant. To that end, I will ensure that she be made available to all the Alliance leaders for interrogation and debriefing.
Well, that wasn't exactly what I'd call a walk in the park. At least we know exactly how the Iconians were controlling the Vaadwaur. And you've certainly put a crimp in their plans. On the upside, as a photonic life form, I'm immune to any attempts at subversion by neural parasites. I'll see to the care of the captives we've rescued. In the meantime, it sounds like you and the Romulan Republic Command have a lot to talk about. Sela certainly has a story to tell. But should we believe all of it? I'll put a bug in Admiral Janeway's ear about the situation. That was a joke, by the way. You're going to be busy. Don't overdo... Oh, who am I kidding? Command officers never take their doctor's advice. Just remember that you're not in this alone. Good luck. I suspect things are starting to get interesting.
Nun gut, wir werden uns wiedersehen. Okay, dann kehren wir jetzt in den Normalraum zurück. Los geht's. Schnell mal gehen sonst raus. Schalten Sie den Admiral auf den Schirm.
I'll say one thing for Sela. When she puts a scheme together, she doesn't think small. For now, her fate lies in the hands of the diplomatic corps. Starfleet will be in touch once they've learned more.
Verstanden, Admiral.
There's something interesting I'd like you to look into.
Bis zum nächsten Mal, Admiral. Danke fürs Zuschauen. Lasst gerne ein Abo und ein Like da, wenn euch das gefallen hat. Und bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.